Hello, good morning. Welcome back to my channel, NannyJeano. For anyone new, my name is Jean. I hope you're all well, all having a nice week. I'm filming this on Monday to go up Tuesday. This is a part 2, really, because I did what I did in the 60s and 70s, back about 6-7 weeks ago, something like that. And a few people asked for a part 2, a bit more of my life. So I thought I would do that. I've made some notes. But I spoke about my, excuse me, I spoke about my, where I was born, and then when we moved when I was 7 to the home that I lived in till I got married. But I thought I would just maybe cover a little bit of that and then bring you up to teenage years, something like that, if that's okay. So when I was at primary school, my mum's cousin was the caretaker there. So I used to go to, and his house was on the property within the school grounds. And I used to go to his house for my lunch every day. But he was the cook of the house. And because he worked and he had to be around at lunchtime in the school, his wife used to give me my lunch. And I had sausage, the only thing she could cook, sausage and mash. I had sausage and mash every day for probably 3 years. I hate sausages now. I can't even eat a sausage now. I just don't like them. I'm all right with mash. Still like a bit of mash, but sausages, I just think that really put me off. It was every day, and but bless her, that's all she could cook because he did the cooking. Yeah, so sausages and mash every single day. Another thing, when I was at school, probably in secondary school, my dad was a commercial bodybuilder, which means, you know, the lorries, not the bit at the front, the cab bit, but the back bit of the lorry. He used to build them and mend them and all that sort of thing. So he was called a commercial bodybuilder. But when I was at school, I left out the commercial bit, and I just used to tell them that my dad was a bodybuilder. Not strictly true, I grant you, but yeah, so that's what I used to say. And if you knew my dad, he wasn't that tall. He was about 5'5", I'd like to say, 5'6", maybe. Very slight man, but definitely not a bodybuilder in that term. But yeah, he was a commercial bodybuilder, and that's what I used to tell everybody. I think I told you my mum was a cleaner. She cleaned in a hospital and in the primary school that I went to. And she did that for quite a while. And then she became what they called back then was a teacher's help. She used to work in a school just around the corner from where I lived and used to help the children and the teacher. It's now called a teaching assistant, which is what I became. But yeah, a bodybuilder. So that was my mum and my dad. Oh, and my mum used to give my brothers, I don't remember me ever having it, but my mum used to give my brothers cod liver oil on a teaspoon every night or every morning, whatever. My brothers hated it, absolutely hated it. But she thought it was good for them, so, you know. And then you get cod liver oil capsules now, don't you? You don't have to actually take the actual oil. Another thing that happened when I was at school, I don't know if they had this in every school, I'm pretty sure they did, but you used to get the knit lady come around, you know, for knits in your hair. We always called her Knittinora. That was the name that everyone I knew that she came to the school, knew however many there were of them, as NannyJeano. And I was at school. My brother used to pick me up most days. I would have been about, I don't know, 7 or 8. It was in our second house. I was over 7. And my brother would come from school and pick me up. Actually, I might have been a little bit older than that. I was still at primary school, and he came and picked me up most days from school, and we'd go home together. We'd go through the park, so he'd always push me on the swings. Please push me on the swings, please push me on the swings. And bless him, he pushed me nearly every day after school. We'd have to go up the road where the park was, so we'd go into the park and he'd push me on the swings. And I mean, the story got more exaggerated as the years went on with my brother. If you heard his side of the story, it was a lot worse. It was a lot worse. You know, he'd say, I pushed her till my hands bled. He didn't, but he did used to push me. But I'd come home this day and opened the door and I'd run through the house. I obviously had a nit in my hair, or a couple, I don't know. But they gave you cream. Obviously, I was at primary school. Everybody had nits at some point, you know, the children playing together. And I ran into the house shouting, Mum, I got cream from NannyJeano. I got cream. My mum's face was a picture, because I didn't know this, but my aunts were there. My dad's, 2 of my dad's sisters were there. They were a little bit, you know, on the posh side. And I'd run into the house shouting that I'd got cream from NannyJeano. And I was absolutely devastated. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to say. They didn't say anything. My mum didn't say anything. She just sort of brushed it to the side and, let's talk about it later. Or, it was awful. My mum was so embarrassed by it. But all the children had it back then. But most children, I think, had NannyJeano come to their school. Whether they had nits or not, I don't know. But yeah, NannyJeano, still call her that. They don't have it now, though. Well, they used to. Yeah, they did used to, but I don't suppose they do it now. And it's much easier to control now as well. NannyJeano. Another thing I used to like to do when we had, Mum would buy the peas in the pods, and we used to sit shucking the peas. So I used to break them and then scoop the peas out and put them in a pot and get rid of the shucks. I mean, you can eat them all, can't you? But I don't know if Mum did anything with the other bit, but I used to love it. I used to sit there for ages just chatting away to Mum. She'd be doing something, I'd be shucking the peas. Brilliant. I loved it. I think I told you this in my last one as well. My mum and dad both smoked, but my mum, her and my nan used to have a cigarette after lunch. That was the first cigarette of the day, after lunch. That was their tradition, their little treat. They'd have a little cigarette. But I think Mum only had about 2, maybe 3, the whole rest of the afternoon. So she was a smoker, but not that much. My dad smoked a bit more, but I hated it. I hated it with a passion. I still do today. I can't stand smoking. Ashtrays, they just make me feel ugh. But no, can't stand being around smoke, ashtrays. Sorry if if you smoke, I'm sorry, but I've just never liked it, ever. When I was about, I don't know, 13, 14, something like that. Me and my friend Jen, who lived a couple of doors up, she was quite musical actually. She played the violin and I think she played something else, and she was learning the piano, and she's found a lady who did piano lessons not that far from where we live. So we used to go to this lady's house for piano lessons. Awful. We'd go in, and she had, I mean, bright ginger hair, real bright ginger hair. And she was a little lady. Little bit tubby. Not fat at all, but she, you know. And she'd wear, what back in the day, rouge, but literally 2 great big blobs of rouge each cheek. And we never ever said anything, because that's how she was, and she'd go out like it as well. And she used to teach us, and we'd have her hands on the piano, on the keys, and she'd put her hands on top of ours and play the piano, but she couldn't play the piano properly, so she played all the wrong notes. And she was a piano teacher. So, I mean, we just used to laugh, to be honest. And then one day, I can't remember if it was me or Jen, we asked her why. You know, we were children, we were curious, so we asked her why she wore the rouge on her cheeks. And she said it was to differentiate between her and her sister. Now, I've already said she was ginger, small, little bit tubby. Her sister was blonde. My husband's sitting there, he's laughing away. My sister was blonde, tall and skinny. Now, I don't know. We didn't go that long. I think we went for about 5-6 months and then give it a rest. Well, stopped, to be honest, because we weren't learning anything. Jen could play much better than I could. And she taught herself. She didn't actually need the piano lesson. She just wanted, I think, to go for maybe encouragement, or I don't know. But yeah, piano lessons. When I was about 16, we used to go, there was a pub, not that far, down the end of one of our roads, not that far. And me and my mum and dad used to go in, maybe on a Saturday, have a drink. I would have a soft drink, but then it progressed to Bacardi and Coke. I used to drink back then. But I was in there one day, and I used to see this chap coming in. I have told my husband, he's sitting over there and he knows this story. And I don't know if you remember the series Alias Smith and Jones. It had Ben Murphy and Pete Jewell in it. I think there was someone, I think Pete Jewell in real life died and someone came after that. But Ben Murphy was in it. Oh, I thought he was lovely. But anyway, this bloke came in the pub, spitting image of Ben Murphy. Oh, I was in my element. I used to just stare at him. And then he came over one day and asked if he could buy me a drink. Well, that was it. I was taken. I tell you, it's lovely. And so we had a drink, and then Mum and Dad were going home. I mean, it was literally about a 5-minute walk. Mum and Dad was going home, and this bloke, I won't say, well, his name was Richard. But he said, "Oh, I'll walk you home, Jane." So, okay, lovely, fine. So, yeah, we had another drink, I think, and he walked me home. I invited him in, and it didn't go to plan. It didn't go to plan. He weren't the nicest person, as it turned out. He was a little bit full of himself, a little bit forward, should we say. No. So, yeah, that was the end of me Ben Murphy looky-likey. I don't think I saw him much after that. Can't remember. And then another thing was, I told you Mum was a cleaner. She was always cleaning. Our house was spotless, and she would go missing. You know, me and Dad would be sitting watching the telly and, well, where's Mum? Oh, she's probably upstairs cleaning a cupboard out. She used to take things out of cupboards, clean cupboards out. I think that's, I mean, I don't do it like my mum used to do it, but I don't mind cleaning a cupboard out. Yeah, she used to go, disappear. She'd be gone for ages, cleaning a cupboard out. Bless her heart. She loved a bit of cleaning. I think that's where I got it from my mum. I am really I'm a tidy person. I don't like clutter in my house. You know, if I go to see anyone, you know, you do you. I'm not saying, but in my house, I like everything tidy. My mum had a saying, there's a place for everything and everything in its place. And I've sort of kept to that all my life. But even as a child, my room was as tidy and clean because that's how I wanted it. My mum never ever had to tell me to tidy my room. My room was always tidy. And I used to do the ironing as well. My mum hated ironing, so I used to do the ironing. My mum ironed, when my mum ironed, she ironed everything. Everything. If my mum washed it, my mum ironed it. Knickers, socks, tights, rags. If my mum washed it, she ironed it. And I did that because Mum did it. Soon stopped doing it when I got married, to be fair, and didn't iron all those sorts of things then. Back at school, I had I went to get a Saturday job. Me and my friend, we used to go out. I'll come to that. She went and got a Saturday job, so I'll have a go at that. I didn't really want one, but I thought, you know, have a go. So I went to British Home Stores. I didn't get the Saturday job, so I gave up. I thought, well, that's fine. No one wants me. I'll give up. I never did get a Saturday job, but then, what was I have been, 15? Did you have to be 15, I think, or was it 14? But then I started work at 16, so, yeah. And the same friend who got the Saturday job, we met at school, at secondary school. And we used to go out every Friday night. So she would normally come to my house, we'd get ready. My dad, bless him, he would drive us to where we used to go to a pub. And he'd drive us. And then, obviously there was no mobile phones back then, but he'd arrange a time and he'd come and pick us up. He liked to know we were safe, you know, he didn't like us out, to be fair. But then she would come back to mine, or my dad would take her home and then, you know, come home. But this one Saturday, for some reason, I don't know if Dad was out, but we hadn't arranged for him to pick us up. He said we'd go home. I was probably in my very late teens, maybe even early 20s. And we'd gone to the pub and we met some chaps. And they'd said, oh, there's a party at ours. Oh, okay, like, well, my friend Jeanette, she was on it. She wanted to go. So, okay then. So we all got in this van, didn't know who the driver was, didn't know where we were going. We got in this van, went to this party. Oh no, there was another friend there. No, do you remember the girl I told you I used to play with in our first house? She was there, and she really wanted to go as well. So we went. I didn't know anybody except the two girls I was with. Didn't know anyone. We got in this van, went to a place we didn't know where we were, but it wasn't that far away. I mean, we didn't go miles away. It was horrible. I couldn't. In the end, I said, I've got to go. And as it turned out, we didn't have any money. We'd spent our money. We didn't have any money. We had to walk home. My husband's laughing again. We had to walk home. We were our feet was awful. And yeah, well, I didn't do that again, that's for sure. Made sure I knew where I was going and who I was with any other time. No, it didn't happen, to be fair. And then after the pub, most times after that pub, we would go and get a KFC. I don't even like KFC, but because she wanted it, I used to go and get KFC with her. Things you do, don't you? Yeah. So I'm not a lover of change. I don't like changing anything, really. I like everything as it is. Change sort of makes me, you know, I just don't like it. I never have done. I like things as they are. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to think, that's all I've got on my list, but I'm just trying to think what else we used to get up to. Probably loads of stuff. Oh, Wimpeys. We used to like going in a Wimpy. You don't see them much now, do you? I used to love a Wimpy. I much prefer a Wimpy to a McDonald's or KFC or any of them. But yeah, so that was it. And I met my husband when I was at work. He worked in a bank, which was in the same road that I worked. I worked for a solicitor. And we used to talk to each other. I think I might have told this story anyway. We used to talk to each other on the phone because I was a telephonist, receptionist, and he used to have to phone our solicitors for his work, and we used to have to phone him for our work. So because I wore a headset, no one knew I was actually on the phone or who I was on the phone to, and I was on the phone to my husband. So that's how we met, and I'm pretty sure I've told you that before. But yeah, so I just thought I'd give you another bit of my life. What are we on? 23. So I hope that's been of interest to you. I wasn't actually sure what to put up today, for tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed listening. Just a little bit more about my life. Going off on something else now. A lot of people have commented that they would like me to do Vlogmas. So that's good. I've just got to think of some more things to do. But if there's anything you want me to do, then I'll try and do it. Like I said, I'll probably just do Monday to Friday up till Christmas. I have got a few things in mind, and I am going to film a couple of them before December because that's the only way I'll be able to do it, I think. So, yeah. Here's to Vlogmas, my first ever one. So, I hope you enjoy it. But obviously that's not starting until the 1st of December. So, take care. I hope everybody is well. It's turned a little bit chilly now. I've got my long sleeves on. So, yeah, turned a little bit chilly now. But when was it the other? I've been still getting washing out on the line. It's lovely. It's nice and breezy. So I like washing to be dried in the breeze. Much prefer that than in the sun. So yeah, I've been getting my washing dry outside. Been lovely. That's it. Please, if you would, do all the good things you do for me. Please like and subscribe, and your comments are lovely. So I love reading them and replying to those. I will see you hopefully on Friday. Have a good week. Thank you ever so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you on Friday. Take care. Bye.